So today I'm going to be talking to you about bills in Yellowknife, about basically how much it costs to live in Yellowknife. So I've gotten questions like, what's the internet bill? You know, is there internet at all? Rent, which I did cover in a previous video, but I'll be covering my whole budget here with you today, like phone bills, things like that. So alright, so my husband has asked me to block out his income. He makes a certain amount, and then we get this much from the government for child tax. So we have 2 children. This is what we get monthly. That will go down when Alice turns 6. They give you a certain amount of child tax, and then when the child is under 6, sorry, and then they give you less when after they turn 6, which I don't know why they do that. But off of this, I've taken off tithing and taxes, so we pay 10% tithing to our church, and also I've taken off federal taxes. I don't know if you guys know this, but our provincial tax here is 5%, and then of course there's federal taxes that they take off every paycheck. And as you can see here, I haven't included in our income our tax refunds or savings or months where there are 3 paychecks in that month. So when that happens, it will all go toward our savings. I don't want to budget that just so I can have sort of a buffer. So we get whatever we get a month, and you know, you'll get what you get. And then we've got rent here. So as you guys know, if you've seen my apartment tour video, if you haven't, go check it out. I show you my apartment, and I also talk about the bills or the rent for my apartment, utilities, and I compare with other apartments in the area. So ours is actually really good for what we have. We have a 3-bedroom townhouse, and most of them are way more expensive, and you pay all utilities with most of them. As you can see here, we only pay electric. So electric here is $200. Typical utilities here are about like $1,000 in the winter. So they can be really expensive, but in the summer, I mean, you never have to turn on your lights because it's light here all the time. So I'm thinking it might balance out to at least a little bit of a more affordable amount. So we've got $200 for that. We only pay electric, which is really fantastic. Now we have our internet. It's $147 a month for 300 gigabytes. So the company is Northwest Tel or something. It's not hard to find once you get here. There's really no options. There's one. There are 2 actually, I think, but one it's just really crappy. It's like a private owned thing, and I hear really bad things. It's just not worth it. So they have a monopoly, so it's quite expensive. Now 300 gigabytes for our family isn't a lot. It's a lot less that we use now than what we did before we moved here. So it's something we monitor. They send you emails, and we never go over because our overage charges are crazy. So yeah, so we've got our internet there. We've got my cell phone, which is $75 a month. We went with Virgin, and I get 4 gig of data. And Virgin sucks. Don't go with Virgin if you can help it at all. It's definitely worth springing for. It's much more expensive to go with another company here, but it's so worth it in my opinion because I hate Virgin so much. This is the 2nd time I've been with Virgin. Once when I was like 10 years ago or more. I hated them then. I had so many problems with them. This time was nothing but problems. Before I even got my phone, I must have been on the phone with them at least 10 times with problems. They are insanely bad, but very affordable. So $75 a month for that. I would plan more because I don't want you to go with them. Okay, so then we've got groceries here. You guys know I budget $800 a month for groceries. If you haven't seen my grocery hauls, go check them out. I post them here on YouTube as well as my monthly meal plans. I monthly grocery shop. And I'll talk about the grocery stores we have and things like that in that video. They are limited, so groceries are a bit more expensive, but I think you can do groceries a lot more affordable. We just attribute a lot of our money to groceries just because we like to eat a lot of different foods, and we don't necessarily eat on a budget, I guess you could say. Definitely you can do that a lot cheaper. Okay, so then we have household is $100, and that is just things like if I want to buy a frying pan or like whatever, any household items go under that budget. So it's $100 a month. We've got gas for $100, and that's for us too much. Like most people have a truck here, so you probably actually want to budget more, but we have a car and we never use that amount because there's nowhere to go here. It's so small, right? So the only time you're driving far is when you're going hunting or fishing or whatever. So that's really the only time we use our gas. Like we could get 1 tank in a month probably easily just going around town. So everything's just really close together. So that's kind of a nice thing about Yellowknife. So then we've got fast offering. That's just something we give in our church every month. We do a fast and we give a certain amount, and it goes to help people in need that can't pay their bills or can't buy food. So it goes towards that. People, yeah, it's just extra money to help people. Then we've got my student line of credit, my student loan, Chris's student loan. Those are very expensive. We don't actually pay these right now just because we both have a student loan now and we don't have to pay when the other person has a student loan. I think normally, I don't know, I apply every 6 months or something and we don't make payments and they pay the interest or whatever. And then Chris has a thing, if you work in a rural hospital, they pay $4,000 a year down on your loan. So his entire loan, I'm sure, will be paid off by that because we're probably going to stay here for that. So that is a real advantage, but I budget it, is that the right word? I don't know. Just in case we ever had to pay it for whatever reason, we got declined for the repayment assistance, it's called. And yeah, just in case. So I want to have that in our budget, but generally that's extra money for us. And then Crystal has his phone. We don't know how long that's going to go on for. We have never really had two phones before, like both of us at the same time on a plan. But like, and actually when we were first together, we had that. But we usually just share a cell phone. But right now it's worked out where we both have a phone. So his is $85 a month. Okay, this is the stuff that, you know, is really just like up to your discretion. This is just what we do. We have personal money, $20 a month. Then I have homeschool money. Our homeschool funding is covered here. It hasn't been covered for me yet because I wasn't able to register Alice in time. We moved here like mid-school year and it was too late. But it's covered here. They cover a lot. I'm going to do a video on that soon. It's fantastic, but I wanted to put a budget in just in case for now, for one, we're buying things now, obviously, to homeschooler. But the other reason is I'll keep that in my budget just in case something's declined or, you know, like they decide not to cover something because they do get to control what they cover and what they don't. So part of having the government involved, but to me, it's well worth the funding. It's a lot. Okay, so then we've got medical. That's things like, I don't know actually, guys, yet. I have yet to get my Northwest Territories health card, and I don't actually know if prescriptions are covered here. In the province I'm from, Ontario, prescriptions are covered for children. So things like Tobias's EpiPen, my son has a peanut allergy, you know, whatever they need is covered. And so I don't know if that's the case here. So that's involved in the medical because as you guys know, in Canada, we have universal health care. I think that's what it's called, where it's covered. Most things are covered, like doctor's visits, hospitals visits. It's only certain things that aren't covered usually. Anyway, oh yeah, but we do have Chris's health insurance. So I guess Tobias's EpiPen will be covered. So, but what isn't covered is Chris's CPAP machine stuff, which can be really expensive. So like a mask, a tube, it's like hundreds of dollars every time. So that usually goes quickly. I have $700 a year for that. I just broke it down by month just so you could see what we needed to save per month, but we roll these over for the year. Like the year starts at $240, and then as we spend, we just take it off the yearly amount. It's not like, uh-oh, we spent more than $60 on a prescription, so we can't buy that prescription. You know what I'm saying? So it just goes off by year. Okay, so then we've got like car maintenance. We've gone over that every year because we've always had the crappiest cars, but like I said, they really only sell in the new car lots here. If you guys haven't seen my Yellowknife in April video, I'll be doing a video every month just to show you what the city looks like and different stores in the city and things like that, activities we do, stuff like that. But if you see in that video, I drive by some car lots, at least one, and it's all trucks. It's like they don't even sell cars here. It's really weird. I don't know why that is. But anyway, yeah, I don't know why I got on that tangent, but our cars have always needed a lot of maintenance, so that's what I budget for it. We usually go over it. I'm pretty sure we've gone over it every year, but let's hope for a good year this year. $1,000. Okay, so then we've got clothes, so that's like anything we might need. We've always got really lucky. There were so many blessings from people we know. Thank you so much if you have been generous to us. Somebody I barely know just dropped off a whole bag of clothes, all 4T for Tobias. So we've pretty much got an entire wardrobe for him for next year, which is amazing. So we've just always been so blessed in that way. But I still budget it, you know, for things like snow gear. That stuff can add up, and I don't know, whatever else we might need. Chris goes through shoes like just crazy, things like that. So then we've got Tobias's sports and Alice's sports. Now Alice's will be covered in the school year. They cover all extracurriculars, music lessons, stuff like that. But Tobias's are not covered yet because he's not old enough to go to school, so that's what that's for. Birthday parties that we, you know, or unexpected costs, you know, if we happen to go over for something 1 month that I didn't think about to budget, then that's what that's for. We've got dates, $25 a month. Oh no, I hope this has been recording the whole time. Okay, so now we're going to go to the back. So we've got yearly one-time things. So this is things that come out one time a year. So I got the month it comes out in. Yeah, and these are all the different things. It's for every holiday pretty much. We spend $60. We try to. But then you've got car insurance. I don't actually know what it is here. I have had that in a question in my last, or one of my previous videos. I will tell you when I know what car insurance is here. I have not been able to switch my car over because of this coronavirus stuff. The government's closed and we were a little late. As you guys know, that started a little after when we should have done it. We didn't do it yet, so I will let you guys know what it costs. I hear it's cheaper here than from where we're from. We paid $1,300 I think this year, so I just put approximately $1,200. Then you've got license plate renewal. I put approximately $100. I actually have no clue what that's going to cost. They don't do stickers here on the license plates, which I think is really cool. And they're like little bears license plates. I'll show you guys in another video. Okay, so then we've got Valentine's Day. This is the only one where it's not $60 because I also buy for Chris here. He buys my anniversary present. We have like a tradition that we do. We do the yearly gifts, you know, whatever. And then I do Valentine's Day for him. So like I'll do like 14 days of Valentine's Day or whatever. So it's the kids and him there. So that's why that's $120. You've got general conference. We do activities for that, little activity bags. I have a video on that too, just in case you're curious. We pay for Amazon Prime to ship things here because you do need a lot of things shipped here. You know, there's less options, less stores. So we do buy a lot of stuff online. I've got Easter, Mother's Day, Alice's birthday, Father's Day, Dad's birthday, general conference again. It's twice a year. Halloween, I have a little more there too, just because costumes are so expensive and I am not handy at all and can't make a costume to save my life. So I do about $40 a kid for whatever costume they want. My birthday, then we've got Christmas. We spend $400. Let me know in the comments below if you think that's a reasonable budget. This is something we talk about every year and don't know what's reasonable. I think it's really reasonable. Like, we were able to get the kids a very full stocking and like I think they got 4 presents last year. So that to me was like more than enough. When you factor in, you know, in-laws and all the other stuff, like it's just, it gets to be too much. So I was really happy with that. But I know maybe a lot of people that wouldn't be a lot. I don't know. Let me know in the comments below what you do for Christmas. Okay, so then we've got Tobias's birthday and our anniversary. And then we have save a certain amount per month as well. So that's it. That's our budget. So let me know, guys, if this has been helpful to you. I really hope it has. Let me know. I'm working on a Q&A. So I'm going to shut this off. Hang on. I am working on a Q&A coming up about Yellowknife. I've received quite a few questions that just require kind of a sit-down video like this, not really things that I can show you. So please let me know in the comments below if you have any questions specifically about living in Yellowknife, and I'd be happy to answer them for you in that video. And also make sure you subscribe so that you do see that video coming out, and click all in case YouTube decides that this isn't a video that you would like. If you just ring the bell, it stays at personalized and YouTube gets to pick whether it thinks you'll like it or not. So make sure you click that bell to all so that you will see that video coming. So thank you so much for watching this today, guys. And please make sure to like this video. It really helps me out a lot. I'll see you guys in the next video.